And underway here now at Seville. And Claire Minnie's actually started in the wing defence position. So, ball just heading down Gembrook Cockatoo's end for the time being, but here's Minnie with the ball now. Short pass back to a teammate there. This is Ella Morse with the ball here now for Seville. Good long pass in to Ella Bayliss, I should say. Bayliss back to Morse. Morse has got Dowling ahead. Gets it to Dowling. So first shot of the game coming up here for Seville. And she's put it through and scores early here. 1-0 going the way of Seville. And it'll be Amy Harkin, in fact, in the centre here for Gembrook Cockatoo as they work the ball into their end of the court. That was Laura Christie with the ball that time. As they work the ball around here, that's not a bad pass. It's Seville with the ball at the moment. Short little pass away that time there from Pinnock. Good long pass here. As they continue to work the ball around. That's a good pass there. Just didn't quite hit the target of Dowling. Dowling goes back. This is McDonald in the centre. Now Bayliss. Bayliss had Morse in her sights and went for her. This time goes to Dowling, so Dowling can have a second shot for the game here. This will be a good start for Seville. And she puts it through, and the score's 2-0 here at Gembrook Cockatoo. As they work the ball inside the court, this is Morse. Long pass to Dowling once again. And she's had a hot start to this game. 3 goals to 0, I should say. And Seville have got the jump, and this is Beck Christie in the centre here. She went out wide with a pass that time there. With the ball there that time, that was Bowden. And first shot of the game here. And finally, Gembrook Cockatoo are underway. Chelsea Ingram put through the first goal of the game for them. 3-1 is the score now. And McDonald wasting absolutely no time getting that ball to Dowling. It goes back to McDonald. She searches for options, went to Dowling. This is Bayliss. Bayliss. Pass is going to no one in particular there. And the ball to be taken by Alexis Bell. And she goes with a long pass up the line here to Bowden. Bowden in search and found Ladner. Back to Bowden. Bowden pops over the top. Ingram couldn't quite take it. Recovers it well though. Goes back. Short pass. That time doesn't go to Ingram. Laura Christie was in the vicinity but couldn't take it. And so with the ball there that time, that was Pinnock. Now Minnie. Options up a front. This is Dowling. Goes back to Bayliss. Dowling's got it once more. So McDonald sizes up the options, goes to Dowling. He's already got 3 goals for this game. Shoots for a 4th. Doesn't quite get a 4th. And it's beautifully cut off that time by Bowden. She goes with a pass up the line here. That worked well to Ladner. This is Bowden once more. That's Beck Christie to Ingram. Ingram back to Beck Christie. Christie short to Bowden. Bowden long pass into Laura Christie. Yeah, that's a good pass. Works pretty well on Chelsea Ingram for her second goal of the game, and she puts it through. So very good start to this game early. And so Beck Christie in the centre once again. Short pass goes to Harkin. Harkin looks around. Now to Bowden. Bowden long pass to Laura Christie. Back to Harkin now. Ingram. This for 2 in a row here. And doesn't quite get it. So it's 3-2 here at the moment. As they work the ball around the court here. Long pass going up the line, finding a teammate. Now McDonald's got the ball. Short pass here to Morse. Morse pops over the top to Dowling, who eventually takes it back to Morse. She can have her first shot for the game. And Ella Morse makes no mistake. So 4-2 is the score here now, going the way of Seville. And McDonald in the centre. Had Morse wide, but eventually decides to go for Bayliss. Bayliss looks around. Wide pass. This does eventually go to Morse. Now to Bayliss once again. Bayliss looked at Dowling, but eventually goes back to Bayliss. Morse has got it once more. Bayliss once more. Has Morse right in front of her. Just wanted to hold off though. So it's Morse with the ball now. Short pass. Beck Christie tried to cut it off. Now it's McDonald. Short pass eventually goes to Morse. Just to stretch it back out to 3 goals and doesn't quite make it work. Kept in play though by Dowling. Morse recovered it well. But umpire said it went out of bounds. So a long pass there from Alexis Bell. Went up to Bowden. This is Ladner. Goes back to Bowden. Bowden looks up ahead. That's a good pass and found Harkin. Harkin back to Bowden. Wide to Ingram. Ingram looks ahead. Goes back inboard to Christie. That was Beck that time. Harkin went back to Beck Christie. Long pass now to Laura Christie. who can have her first shot for the game. It doesn't quite get it, but she recovers it well, so she'll go again. So Laura Christie puts it through, and the score's 3-4, so they get one back, Gembrook Cockatoo. And now Beck Christie with the centre pass and wastes no time getting that ball to Harkin. Harkin pops it over the top to Laura Christie. She has Ingram up ahead. Decides not to go to her. Goes back to Beck Christie. Now it goes to Laura Christie. Wide to Harkin, who just got there in time. Couple of 1-2 passes here. It eventually ends up with Laura Christie, who can have another shot and put it through and scores a level. 4-4. So good bit of play here from Gembrook Cockatoo. McDonald wastes no time getting that ball there to Bayliss. Bayliss back to McDonald. Now it's Dowling. McDonald once again got it to Morse. Not in a scoring position though. McDonald's got it again. Bayliss now. Went to McDonald. Back to Bayliss. Bayliss wide to Morse. They just can't quite get that forward pass happening here for the moment. She wants Dowling. Does eventually get it to Dowling. Didn't take the shot though. She went back to McDonald. That's a good pass. McDonald got into good position. Doesn't quite get it. And beautifully done there by Bowden, cutting it off. So they hold off the Gembrook Cockatoo defence. They've done that pretty well. So what can Alexis Bell find here? Up the line here to Bowden. Bowden just went with the short one to Beck Christie. Christie short to Ladner. Ladner looks around laterally to Christie that time. Christie, long pass. Doesn't quite work out though. Morse couldn't get a hold of it though. Cut it beautifully there that time. That was well done by Erin Baker. Now they're inside the attacking third. This is Morse to the ball. She goes back to Baker. Baker short one to Minnie. Minnie pops it over the top to McDonald. Now it's Dowling. Morse is up ahead, but she holds off for the time being. This is Baker once again. Now McDonald. McDonald short pass here. Bayliss, a couple of 1-2 passes with Morse. This to put Seville back in front. And Morse makes absolutely no mistake. 5-4 is the score. And the Blues are back in front, and it's Beck Christie with the centre pass. She wastes no time, goes wide to Harkin. Harkin up ahead to Laura Christie. Back to Harkin. 1-2's it now. Laura Christie in a scoring position. Needs to make this count. She does. And now the score is 5-5. So they've done that pretty well, Gembrook Cockatoo. Now Kayla McDonald has the centre pass. She went to Bayliss. Bayliss, short one to Dowling. Back to Bayliss. Now it's McDonald again. Morse calls for it. Morse got it. She went with the short pass there to Dowling. Can Dowling put this through? Yes, she can. So very well done there. 65 is now the score. Beck Christie sizes up her options. And it looks like Seville are broken too early. So ball to be taken here by Bowden. Bowden short pass to Harkin. Beck Christie's got the ball. Wide to Harkin again. Good pass to Laura Christie. Didn't take the shot the first time. She'll take it this time. Doesn't quite get it. And the ball's knocked out of bounds that time by Pinnock. And beautifully cut off there by Beck Christie. Fired in a pass to Laura Christie. Can she put it through this time? No, she can't. Pinnock cuts it off beautifully. Short pass now to Minnie. Minnie pops over the top. Got it to Baker. Baker up ahead. Good pass there to Bayliss. Bayliss wide to Minnie. Now to Morse. Morse solves the options back to Minnie. Now to McDonald. McDonald, good pass to Dowling. Dowling had Morse. Decided not to go to her. Went back to McDonald. Wide lateral pass. Did that well to Bayliss. McDonald has it now. Doesn't want to take the pass. It's not McDonald, sorry. That's Dowling. And Dowling just doesn't quite make it work. So they get the ball. Moving up ahead here. The pass is just a little bit too hot for Ladner. And Seville will get it back. So they've got the 1-goal lead at the moment, Seville, and they're looking to stretch it back out to 2 goals. Minnie with a short pass to Bayliss. Bayliss back to Minnie. Pops it over the top here to, that was Baker that time. McDonald now to Dowling. Bayliss has got it once more. Looked at McDonald, but went with a short one to Morse. What does McDonald do here? She doesn't want to take the shot. It's Morse eventually who will have the shot. And Morse bobbles and doesn't go through, so perhaps Bowden was done for contact there. So Morse will go again, doesn't get it. Knocked away beautifully by Bell. Bowden took it. So where can Bell go here? Short one up the line to Beck Christie. Long pass now goes to Bowden. They've cut that open pretty well. Harkin had the ball knocked away from her. Can Beck Christie get there first? Yes, she can. Goes with a short pass to Laura Christie. Where does Beck Christie go? Good pass to Ingram. Can she level the scores? Yes, she can. 6-6 is the score. So they've done that very well of Gembrook Cockatoo. The defence was under pressure, but they held up. Bayliss with a long pass here to Dowling. Dowling looks around, went back to Minnie. Tried to cut off there was Harkin, couldn't do so. Bayliss has got the ball once again. Wide pass goes to Morse. Morse has to hold off for the time being. McDonald's got the ball now. She goes back with the pass that time to Bayliss. Bayliss, good pass to Morse. Could have had the shot at goal. They've done that pretty well. Alexis Bell cuts it off. So where does Bell go? Short pass. Beck Christie's fumbled it, and it trickles out of bounds. So just a bit of bad luck the way of Gembrook Cockatoo that time. It's Bayliss who'll take the ball. So what can she do here, Bayliss? Short pass to McDonald. McDonald now to Dowling, and that's not a very good pass from Dowling. It goes out of bounds, and Alexis Bell will take the ball. So a reprieve here for the Gembrook Cockatoo defence. Now, where does she go? Short pass to Bowden. Bowden sizes up the options. Goes wide to Christie. Now Ladner. Ladner back to Bowden, who did that very well. Good long pass to Ingram. Ingram wide to Harkin. Back to Ingram. And she can put them in front here. Can't quite do so. And Pinnock cuts it off. Wasted no time getting that ball to McDonald. Back to Pinnock. Long pass there. Got it to Baker. Baker inboard. Beautifully done to Minnie. Back to Baker. Now it's Bayliss. Minnie once more. Bayliss has got it again. Where does she go? Went to Morse. Morse back to Bayliss. Good, strong pass. Got it to Dowling. Dowling should put Seville back in front, but has to wait. The ball's going to go back to Bayliss for the time being. Morse to Bayliss. Size it up. Morse had the ball once again. Went back to Bayliss. And Ella Morse puts it through, so scores 7-6 here the way of Seville. And it's Beck Christie in the centre. Holds off a little bit, decided to go laterally to Bowden. Bowden in long to Ingram. Ingram just waits for a moment, went back to Beck Christie. And the pass from Beck Christie, not the best one, straight over the head of Harkin. So Pinnock will take the ball here for Seville. Just went with a short one there to Baker. Baker went back to Pinnock. McDonald fumbled it. Can they recover? Yes, they can. So Laura Christie fires a pass out to Beck Christie. Now it's Harkin. Harkin has to wait for a moment, though. She went back to Beck Christie. Ball comes back to Harkin. So who can Harkin set it up to here? Eventually the pass, it went to Laura Christie, and she puts it through and scores a level once again, 7-7. So Gembrook Cockatoo fighting hard here. Ella Morse had the ball taken away from her. She wanted contact, didn't get it. Long pass up the line here to Ingram. Ingram back inboard to Ladner. Ladner latchly to Christie. Now Harkin. Harkin back to Beck Christie. Long pass to Chelsea Ingram. Ingram sized it up, went wide to Harkin. Harkin, can she make it work? Yes, she can. Can Laura Christie put Gembrook Cockatoo in front? She can, and the score's 8-7. And the Brookers are in front for the first time today. After Seville scoring the first 3 goals, the home team doing very well here. It's Beck Christie with the centre pass. Just waits for a moment, eventually went to Harkin. Harkin to Bowden, good long pass to Ingram. Where can Ingram go? Wide to Harkin, who had to run onto it but got there in time. Ball was knocked away there from Laura Christie. So Ingram will take the ball, went out of bounds. Good pass to Ingram. So can she put them 2 goals in front here, Chelsea Ingram? No, she can't. That one just a little bit wide. It's come off the hands of the Seville player, though. So Laura Christie with a second chance, and she puts it through. So it's 9-7 now. This is a very, very good quarter here now from Gembrook Cockatoo, who have found the lead. McDonald wasted no time getting that ball to Bayliss. Morse has got the ball now. Good pass to Dowling. Needs to put this through. And Ellie Dowling makes no mistake. 9-8 is the score. They get one back, the Blues. Now a chance here for Beck Christie. Christie fires a pass out wide, but it's not a very good one. It was wide of Harkin, and the ball to be taken here by Pinnock. So Pinnock sizes up her options. Wide to Minnie. Minnie, short one to McDonald. McDonald up ahead goes to Bayliss. Bayliss wide back to McDonald. Morse has got it once again. Now Bayliss, short pass to Morse. It's a good one. Bayliss, it was knocked away from Bell. Try to keep it in was Christie. Just couldn't quite get there in time. So where does McDonald go here? Works a pretty good pass there to Bayliss. Got it to Morse. So this to level the scores up once more. Doesn't quite get it, and Bowden did well to recover it. So Ladner goes back to Bowden. It was knocked away that time by Dowling, but she couldn't keep it in play. So what does Alexis Bell do here? Has Ladner wide. Has Bowden up ahead, decides to go to Ladner. Ladner goes to Bowden. Short pass pops it over the top to Christie. Working it around here. So that was Ingram with the ball that time. Short pass to Beck Christie. Beck Christie pops it over the top to Laura Christie. This to put it back out to 2 goals, and Laura Christie makes no mistake. 10-8 is the score. The way of Gembrook Cockatoo. And McDonald has to make something work here. The ball's in the hands of Bales at the moment. Back to McDonald. McDonald bounced past it to Morse. And that is the end of the first quarter after a strong start here for the Blues. And we are about to get underway here in the second quarter. And the score here, Gembrook Cockatoo 10-8, and it's Paige Ladner this time in the centre for Gembrook Cockatoo. She wasted no time getting that ball to Harkin. So where does Ladner go here? Pops over the top, good pass to Laura Christie. Has to come back to Ladner though. And just waiting around. Eventually Laura Christie has the ball. She will take the shot here. And Laura Christie puts it through and the score's 11-8. So that's just the start that Gembrook Cockatoo would have wanted. And this is Cleo Mini now in the centre for Seville. Ball comes wide out to Mini once again. So Ella Morse has moved into the goal shooter position. Try to get a pass over there to Dowling, who's moved to goal attack. Pass up wide, or long here to Bowden, I should say. This is Harkin with the ball. Ball comes back to Harkin. Good pass to Chelsea Ingram. So this to make it a 4-goal lead here for Gembrook Cockatoo, but Ingram just a bit offline. And so they'll be all right for now. So this is Pinnock here for Seville. So where does Pinnock go? Has to work the ball around. The ball goes to Wicks. He copped a bit of contact there from Harkin. So Pinnock will take the ball now. Has Wicks wide. Goes to Wicks. Long pass up the line here to Bayliss. Bayliss fumbled but recovered it. And the ball is coming back here. So wasting no time there was Paige Ladner. Ball comes back in board to Bowden. Fires a pass in the direction of Harkin. Wicks got there but couldn't hold on to it. So where can Harkin go? Harkin, that's a good pass to Ingram. Wide to Ladner. Ladner looks around. Oh, the pass to Christie was just a little bit too hot. Pinnock must have got a finger to it. Umpire says the ball still with Gembrook Cockatoo. Pass back to Laura Christie, who has a shot. Doesn't quite make it work. Ingram did everything she could, but eventually Pinnock got the ball. Went with a short pass to Wicks. Now it's Pinnock once again. Pops over the top. That's a pretty good pass to Baker. Baker long to Bayliss. Got it to Mini. Mini went back. That was a pretty good pass that time. Got it to Bayliss. And the ball spills out of bounds, so the Gembrook Cockatoo defence holding up here for the time being. They've done this pretty well. So probably not the start anyone was expecting. Long pass to Ladner. Ladner, short one. So Ladner works the ball around here. Eventually got the ball here to Laura Christie. Now it's with Ingram. This to make it a 4-goal lead. Couldn't quite make it work, though. It's cut off this time by Baker. So they work the ball down the court here for the time being. Long pass that time to Morse. Morse, the ball's now with Mini. Wide to Bayliss. Bayliss, Mini fumbled it. So ball's just being worked around here for the time being. Mini eventually gets the ball here to Dowling. Dowling pops over the top to Morse, so Morse has to put this through. Can she bring it back to 2 goals? It's 11-8 at the moment, the way of Gembrook Cockatoo. Seville need this one, and Ella Morse doesn't let them down. Score is 11-9 here now. And the ball in the middle here with Ladner. So what can Ladner do here for the time being? Just has to work the ball around here for the time being. So Baker had the ball that time. Wicks fumbled and it's cut off beautifully here by Laura Christie. Wide to Ingram. Not in the scoring position as of yet. She went back to Harkin. Harkin back to Ingram. Good pass. Laura Christie's got it. She can have the shot. So they just haven't been able to put him away here so far. And Christie doesn't make it work. Keeps the ball in play. I think according to the umpire, no, she doesn't. So the Seville defence are let off once again. And Pinnock's got the ball here. And she just goes with a short pass there to, that was Baker. Now the ball's with Wicks, back to Pinnock. Wide to Mini. Mini, short one, back to Wicks. Wicks, good pass that time. That was to Bayliss. Mini's got the ball now. Couple of 1-2s here eventually with Dowling. Can she bring it back to a 1-goal lead? No, went back to Bayliss for the time being. Now Morse has got it. Morse can have a shot. Doesn't quite make it work. Bowden defending grimly and did pretty well. Getting it out of there very quickly there. That time was Alexis Bell. Ladner's got the ball. She went up the line to Munnelly, but Munnelly couldn't make it work. Now the ball's in the hands here of Baker. Baker, good pass to Morse, who was front and centre. Wide now to, not Dowling, sorry, that was Bayliss. Minnie has the ball now. Minnie back to Baker. Minnie's got it once again. So 11-9 still the score. This is Dowling to bring the scores back to 11-10. Goes out wide to Bayliss. Bayliss to Morse. Bayliss once more. A couple of 1-2 passes between those two. Morse now with the shot at goal. Doesn't quite get it. And Alexis Bell cuts it off. Short pass to Munnelly. Munnelly to Bowden. Looked at Ladner but decided to go back to Bell. It's Bowden once again. Good pass to Ladner. Ladner looks around, size up the options. Bowden's there. So they will hold onto the ball here. Gembrook Cockatoo. Harkin's got the ball. Couple of 1-2 passes here with Laura Christie. Christie puts it through and the score's 12-9. So Gembrook Cockatoo back out to a 3-goal lead. And Claire Minnie with the ball in the centre here for Seville. That's a good short little pass that time to Bayliss. Bayliss long up the line to Morse. Morse just waits. Dowling has the ball for the moment. Went back to Minnie. Trying to cut it off was Bowden. It's a little bit of contact there. So Minnie has the ball right now. Now it's Morse in fact. Bayliss wants to go with a short pass to Morse. Defending grimly that time was Bell. Didn't work out though, so Morse will have the shot. And Ella Morse puts it through. So 12-10 the score. It's back to a 2-goal lead. And Paige Ladner will take the ball in the centre here. And what can she do? Good pass that time. That worked pretty well to Harkin. Ball goes wide here now to Ingram. Ingram back to Harkin. Harkin pops over the top to Ladner. Fumbled it. Minnie did well to cut it off. Waste no time with a pass to Bayliss. And the ball's knocked away here by Pinnock. So what can Amy Harkin do here? Gembrook Cockatoo are 2 goals ahead at the moment, which is a very, very good start to this game. Short pass to Ladner against second place Seville, it has to be said. Ingram fumbled it. I think she copped a bit of contact on the way through though, Chelsea Ingram. Short pass to Laura Christie. Can she stretch it back out to 3 goals? She can. Scores 13-10 the way of Gembrook Cockatoo. So what can Cleo Mini do here? They work the ball around here for the time being. Good pass that time to Bayliss. Bayliss wide to Minnie. Minnie short pass to Dowling. Dowling didn't have the shot. She went back to Bayliss. Bayliss wants it to get it to Morse. Did get it to Morse. Morse didn't want to have the shot. She went back to Bayliss. Bayliss looks around. Eventually gets the ball to Dowling. Needs to put this through for Seville. Well, that just goes into the post for the time being. And Dowling makes no mistake that time. Scores 13-11, back to a 2-goal lead. And it's Paige Ladner in the centre. Just went laterally to Bowden. Bowden popped over the top to Harkin, who got back, did that pretty well. Laura Christie has the ball now. Short one to Ladner. Ingram's there, couldn't go to Ingram. Back to Laura Christie. Laura Christie's got it again. Doesn't want to have the shot just yet. Went back to Paige Ladner. Chelsea Ingram in good position. This to stretch it back out to 3 goals, and she does. And the score is 14-11. So Gembrook Cockatoo always with that answer at the moment. Claire Minnie wasting no time out wide to Bayliss. Long pass now goes to Minnie. Minnie back to Bayliss. Bayliss sizes up the options here for the time being. And that is a good shot at goal that time by Ella Moore. So 14-12 now the score. 2-goal lead once again, and Paige Ladner has the ball in the centre. Ball was knocked away that time by Ingram. Beautifully done that time. It was recovered well there by Dowling. Long pass in goes to Bayliss. Bayliss searches around. Dowling's got the ball once again now. Morse this to bring it back to 1 goal. Pass now wide to Minnie. This is Morse. Morse to Bayliss. Bit of a slow build here. Eventually the ball's back with Ella Morse. Needs to put this through, and she does. 14-13 now the score. Claire Minnie will have the centre pass, so a chance here now for Seville to level the scores after being 3 goals down. So what can Minnie do? Wide pass there that time. Went to Dowling, so ball's going to come back here to Wicks. So where does Wicks go? Pops over the top well to Minnie. Minnie, another short one that time to Bayliss. Bayliss searches around. Good pass going back in the direction there of Baker. Baker, that is almost beautifully cut off by Munnelly. Couldn't quite complete it. And so Dowling will hold onto the ball here for the time being. So good opportunity here for Seville. Good pass goes wide to Cleo Mini. Now another short one here to Morse. Morse can have a shot here, and Morse doesn't quite put it through, but it was recovered well by Dowling. She doesn't put it through either. Morse has got it once more. Morse doesn't make it work either, and eventually Gembrook Cockatoo hold up. So it's still 14-13 the score. They've got that slender 1-goal lead. The ball in the hands of Munnelly. Fires a long pass to Harkin. Harkin went back to Ladner. Ladner back to Harkin. Harkin puts him inside the attacking third. This is Laura Christie. She goes wide to Ladner. Ladner fumbles, but just keeps it in play. She got the ball to Harkin just in time. Harkin pops over the top. The ball was knocked away there by Pinnock. So Chelsea Ingram got it to Laura Christie. This to put them back out by 2 goals. And Laura Christie does just that. So 15-13 the score here at Gembrook. And Paige Ladner has the centre pass. Sizes up her options. Just a wide one there to Harkin. Fired one into Laura Christie. So what can Ladner do here? Good pass to Laura Christie. Could have the shot from here. But the ball is now with Ingram. Must have copped a little bit of contact. Chelsea Ingram doesn't quite make it work. The ball's knocked away. Recovered well by Baker. Went with a pass that time to Mini. Inboard back to Baker. Long pass going to Bayliss. Bayliss just waits for a moment. Eventually got the ball that time to Dowling. Bayliss has got it again. Bayliss this time it's Morse. They work the ball around beautifully here, and eventually they get the ball to Dowling. This to bring it back to 1 goal. Doesn't quite make it work. Cut it beautifully that time by Bell. Bell with a good pass that time to Ladner. Ladner got the ball to Munnelly. Bowden, long pass to Ingram. Ingram Latchley that time to Ladner. Actually, it's Ladner now. That was Harkin. Good pass to Ingram. So this to bring it back to 3 goals. And she does just that, Chelsea Ingram. 16-13 the score here, the way of Gembrook Cockatoo. Cleo Mini with the ball in the centre. A short pass that time, and that worked out pretty well. So just working the ball around here for the time being. Good pass to Morse. So this to bring it back to 2 goals. Ellen Morse puts it through. 16-14 is the score. So back to a 2-goal margin. And Paige Ladner has the ball in the centre. Just a short pass that time to Ingram. Ingram waits. Good pass to Harkin. Harkin sizes up her options. So they hold on to the ball here for the time being. Gembrook Cockatoo. You've had the better of this contest so far. They've had a 2 to 3 goal lead for most of it. Ball goes back to Munnelly. Ladner's got it now. That's a good pass to Ingram. Probably just a little bit too far out. She goes back to Harkin. Ingram's going to have a shot at goal this time. And Chelsea Ingram puts it through. 17-14 is the score. They're back out to 3 goals, the Brookers. And the ball back in the hands here of Cleo Mini in the centre for Seville. Cleo Mini, that's a good pass that time to Bayliss. Bayliss just a little bit too hot, and Dowling couldn't get onto it. And so the ball to be taken here by Alexis Bell of Gembrook Cockatoo. Where does she go? Good pass up the line. Made it work to Bowden. Bowden back to Bell. Bowden fumbles. Who's going to get here first? It was beautifully done by Wicks, but the pass just a little bit too long, and the Gembrook Cockatoo defence hold up once again. So what does Bell do here? Short pass that time to Ladner. Ladner, long pass to Harkin, and a very good one as well, it needs to be said. Laura Christie back to Bowden. Laura Christie's got it again. Good pass to Harkin. Harkin, Christie once more. Now the ball's in the hands of Harkin again. Laura Christie just not taking the shot here for the time being. So what does Harkin try and set up here? Eventually the ball is in the hands of Laura Christie. Ingram did well to recover it. Ladner gets the ball back to Christie. This to stretch it out to 4 goals, which would be the biggest lead of the game. And Laura Christie does just that. 18-14 is the score now. And the Brookers have a very handy lead as we near half-time. And Ingram's got the ball and wasted no time getting it back to Bowden. Bowden, good pass to Laura Christie. Laura Christie to Ingram, who did that very well. Took it one-handed. And Chelsea Ingram puts it through, and the score's 19-14. Not what we're expecting today. Gembrook Cockatoo leading by 5 goals now. They've played very well in this first half. Long pass wide to Mini. Now to Morse, back to Mini. Morse tried to get it back to Mini. Beautifully cut off that time there by Bowden. Ball's in the hands here of Harkin. Harkin goes back to Munnelly. Munnelly can't go inside that attacking third. Held up just in time. Ball now in the hands here of Ladner. Maybe Harkin, Ladner. How does the umpire see this one? She goes in the way of Gembrook Cockatoo. So Bowden with a chance to set up another goal here late. Long pass, just waited it well to Harkin. This is Laura Christie again, back to Harkin. Laura Christie's got it once more. This to stretch it out to 6 goals, and doesn't quite do that. And so Indiana Pinnock here now for Seville. Short pass, Laura Christie knocks it away that time from Baker. So Pinnock, short pass there to Baker. Pinnock with the ball once again. This is Wicks. That's a good pass there to Bayliss. Beautifully cut off though by Ingram. That was magnificent. She goes with a short one that time to Munnelly. Munnelly looks around to Christie, but eventually goes back that time to Bowden. Christie's got the ball here now. The ball knocked away though, and the Seville defence do that pretty well. Ball in the hands here of Minnie. She pops it over the top that time to Wicks. Wicks a good pass to Bayliss. Wicks has got it again. This is Bayliss. Bayliss looks around. Good pass that time to Dowling. And that is half time, and a magnificent half of netball that time by Gembrook Cockatoo. They go into it 5 goals ahead. The score's here 19-14, and as we go to half time, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back to bring you the second half. And underway here in the second half. And the ball already down the end of Gembrook Cockatoo. So trying to finish off this, or start the second half the way they finished off the first half. And the ball's already in the hands of Laura Christie, who's already having a shot for goal and doesn't quite put it through. And cut off that time by Bell, and or not Bell, sorry, that was Baker. Pass up the line here to Wicks. So they work the ball around here. Claire Minnie's got the ball. Good pass to Bayliss. Back to Wicks again. Wicks to Bayliss. Good pass to Minnie. Minnie had Morse but decided to go for Dowling. This for the first goal of the second half, and doesn't quite get it, and Bowden cut it off beautifully. Short pass to Munnelly. Long pass in the direction of Bowden, but couldn't quite take the ball. Cut off beautifully there by Dowling, or Bayliss I should say. In fact, it's Wicks. Bayliss has got the ball once again. This is Minnie. Size up her options. Good pass to Morse. Ella Morse, and doesn't quite put it through, but Dowling recovered it beautifully, and Ellie Dowling puts it through, and the score's 19-15. It's a 4-goal lead now, and Claire Minnie has the ball in the centre here. Long pass to Dowling, won't have the shot though. Back to Minnie. Ball in the hands here now of Bayliss. And Ella Morse puts that one through. And the score's 19-16 here now. So Paige Ladner with the ball in the centre. And good wide pass here to Laura Christie, or Beck Christie I should say in fact. So Beck Christie to Ladner. Ladner back to Bowden. Looks a short pass up here. That's a good one here. So Bayliss has got the ball at the moment. Good pass to Minnie. Minnie back to Wicks. Wicks, that was supposed to go to Morse, but it ends up in the hands of Bowden. And they're on the counter-attack here. Good pass from Munnelly over the top to Ingram. So they work the ball around here. So this is Beck Christie. Got it to Ladner. Ladner to Chelsea Ingram, who worked very hard to get into that position. She puts it through, and the score's 20-16. So 4-goal lead once more for Gembrook Cockatoo. And Claire Minnie has the ball here for the time being. Long pass goes over the top here to Morse. Morse back to Minnie. Morse has got it again. She goes wide now to Bayliss. Bayliss searches around, goes to Minnie once more. Now it's Dowling, didn't want to have the shot, and defending grimly there is Alexis Bell, and the Gembrook Cockatoo defence hold up. And she wastes no time. She goes inboard with a long pass there to Bowden. Bowden got it to Ingram. Another good pass. Ladner's got the ball now. Went with a short one there to Bowden. This is Beck Christie. Actually, this is Beck Christie now. Now it's Laura Christie. Can have the shot. They used to put it back out to 5 goals, and Laura Christie does that beautifully. 21-16 is the score, and it's back to a 5-goal margin. Paige Ladner with the ball now. Wasted no time getting it to Laura Christie. That was Beck Christie, sorry. Laura Christie's got it now. This is Paige Ladner. Ladner wide to Ingram. Ingram back to Ladner. Ladner got it to Ingram, but it's cut off here for the moment. Minnie's got the ball now. Minnie with a good pass there to Baker. Baker up the line to Wicks. Wicks with a short one here to Bayliss. Cut off beautifully, though, by Alexis Bell. She goes inboard here to Bowden. Bowden got it to Munnelly. Now Beck Christie. This is Bowden once more. Wide one to Ingram inside the attacking third. Here's Beck Christie once again. Ingram sizes up her options. Back to Munnelly. Munnelly beautifully cut up by Wicks. And they're out here. Wicks has got the ball again. They're on the counter-attack. Bayliss has got the ball, but she had to wait for a moment. Good pass that time there from Morse. Eventually gets the ball to Dowling. Bayliss to Dowling once again. They won to it a couple of times. Now Bayliss will have the shot. This to get it back to 4 goals and doesn't quite put it through. So Dowling misses out. She'll have another shot though, and this time she puts it through. And the score here now is 21-17, and Claire Minnie will take the ball in the centre. And she goes wide with the pass to Bayliss. Bayliss Morse fumbled it, but recovered it well. So Minnie's got the ball here now. Morse could have a shot. Can she bring it back to 3 goals? Yes, she can. So 21-18 is now the score. And Paige Ladner will take the ball in the centre here. And where does she go, Paige Ladner? Just a short one there to Beck Christie. Christie trying to get it to Bowden, but it was cut off beautifully there by Bayliss. Bayliss with a long pass to Morse. Eventually gets it to Dowling. So Dowling to bring it back to 2 goals. And she does just that. 21-19 now the score. So Minnie, good short one there to Morse. Morse popped over to the top beautifully to Bayliss. Bayliss searches around, got it to Dowling. This to bring it back to 1 goal. And Ellie Dowling knocked away from Bowden. Morse is still in scoring position though. And Ella Morse doesn't quite get it. They are defending grimly here, Gembrook, but they just can't quite make it work. Morse eventually puts it through, and the score's 21-20, and the Blues are back. So what can Paige Ladner create here? The side was up by 5 goals just moments ago. Seville have brought it back to 1 goal. Needs to create something. She goes for Ingram. Ingram eventually got it to Beck Christie. Beck Christie tried to go for Laura Christie, but it's cut off. And Wicks fires a pass out wide here to Minnie. Minnie waited and did it beautifully to Wicks once again. Bayliss fumbles. Wicks kept it in play. Got it to Bayliss. She got a bit of contact by Munnelly, but the umpire said it was okay. Minnie's got it now. Wide to Morse. Morse back to Minnie. Morse can have a shot and level up the scores. And Ella Morse puts it through, and the scores are level, 21 apiece. And Claire Minnie has the ball in the centre, and you reckon Seville could be in front here in a second. The ball in the hands here of Bayliss. Bayliss waits and waits and eventually gets it to Morse. Morse to Minnie, back to Morse. And Morse with another shot at goal, puts it through, and now Seville are in front. 22-21 is the score here. So Paige Ladner here with the centre pass. So 6 goals in a row here for the Blues. Ball out wide here to Beck Christie. Long one to Laura Christie, who fumbles and the ball goes out of bounds. So Seville are going to get it back. So that was not what the Brookers needed. Long pass, and it's a beautiful one to Wicks. Wicks up the line to Bayliss. Bayliss has to wait for a moment, decides to go back to Wicks. Wicks inboard here to Minnie. Minnie looks around. Around the back was Wicks. Now it's Bayliss. Bayliss size up the options, goes wide to Morse. Morse pops over the top, and it's beautifully done to Dowling. And Dowling doesn't quite get it, and it's cut off here by Bowden, so they hold off the Gembrook Cockatoo defence. Ladner fires a long pass. Bowden was outnumbered, but she's done that beautifully. Morse has hit the deck, but she gets back up. This is Laura Christie, who's fumbled it, and it's cut off beautifully here by Pinnock. Pinnock, wide one to Wicks. Wicks inboard, and a good pass there to Baker. Bayliss fires a beautiful pass there to Minnie. Morse has got the ball here now. She goes back to Minnie. Minnie, good one. Good pass to Dowling. Dowling can put it out to 2 goals, and she doesn't do that. And it's beautifully done there by Alexis Bell. She pops over the top to Munnelly. Munnelly got it to Beck Christie. Beck Christie has to wait. Good pass to Ingram. So Ingram with the strong hands. She needs to have the accurate shooting here, and she does, and scores a level again. So 22 apiece here at Gembrook. Claire Minnie has the centre pass, and she wastes no time getting that ball to Bayliss. Bayliss, it's cut off though by Alexis Bell, so here's a chance for Gembrook Cockatoo. Long pass in the direction of Beck Christie. Christie accepts it. Now Laura Christie has the ball. She goes back to Munnelly. Munnelly wide with a pass here to Ladner. Ladner back to Beck Christie. Christie, short little bounce pass to Laura Christie. So Laura Christie, this to put Gembrook Cockatoo back in front. And she does just that, so the score's now 23-22. The Brookers are back in front. They've got the last 2 goals. And Paige Ladner, no, it's not. It is Paige Ladner, has the ball in the centre. She gets the ball to Beck Christie. Christie sizes up her options, goes back to Bowden. Bowden fumbled. And she couldn't go into that attacking third, and Seville are going to win the ball back here. So Pinnock's got the ball now. She looks around for options, goes with a short one to Wicks. Wicks with a lateral one now to Minnie. Minnie just a short pass there to Baker. Baker back to Wicks. Wicks looks for Minnie, goes to Minnie. Minnie looks around. Bayliss again who's had to work, but Gembrook Cockatoo have won it back here. So it's a good result here for the Brookers. Alexis Bell will take it. She looks around for options. Has Bowden just up ahead. She's also got Munnelly wide. Decides to go to Munnelly. Inboard now to Bowden. Bowden long pass to Ingram. Didn't get it, but the crumbs were taken beautifully there by Laura Christie. Christie couldn't put it through. The ball's just bobbling around now. Ingram's recovered it well. Ingram can have the shot. And Chelsea Ingram puts it through, and the score's 24-22, and Gembrook Cockatoo back out to a 2-goal lead. So they've got the last 3 goals now. Bayliss has the ball here for Seville. She goes to Morse. Morse back to Bayliss. Bayliss looks around. She's got the ball to Dowling. So can Dowling put this through? No, she goes back to Bayliss for the time being. Bayliss sizes it up. Eventually got the pass back here to Dowling. Dowling still not taking the shot. She's fumbled. The ball's gone out of bounds, I think. Yes, it has. And the Gembrook Cockatoo defence hold up. So probably should have taken the shot there when she had the chance. Dowling, she was in good position. And a wasted opportunity here for the Blues as Alexis Bell goes up the line here to Bowden. She had Ladner laterally but didn't go for it, went back to Bell. Bowden's got the ball once more. They work the ball around here, slow build. Munnelly did that well. Munnelly had it cut off, but Gembrook Cockatoo will get it back here for the time being. Good pause inboard here to Bowden. Ladner's got the ball now, just puts it up. Can Laura Christie do something? No, she can't. It was off the Gembrook Cockatoo player's hands in Laura Christie, and so they get the ball back here. Seville. Wicks has got the ball in the middle of the court here. With it now is Bayliss. Bayliss sizes it up and goes to Minnie. Morse has got the ball. She went back to Minnie. Morse calls for it again. Doesn't get it. Knocked away from her by Bell. So they hold on to the ball here, Seville. What can Morse do here? Ella Morse back to Minnie. Minnie, that's very well done. So Dowling in good position. Needs to put this through, and she doesn't, but she's going to get it back though, Ellie Dowling. Can she put it through this time? Yes, she can. 24-23 the score, so they get one back here, the Blues. Paige Ladner, wide pass to Bet Christie. Chelsea Ingram's gone down here, but I think she's okay. She does get back up, so Ladner's got the ball here for the time being. Short one here to Bet Christie. Christie sized it up, went for Ingram. Ingram eventually gets a hold of it. Is to put it back out to 2 goals, can't do so. The ball's knocked away by Pinnock and the ball goes out of bounds. So Gembrook hold on to it here for the time being. Where does Bet Christie go here? Good pass to Ingram, and Ingram had the ball knocked out of her hands, and she puts it through. So 25-23 the score here. Cleo Minnie's got it. Short pass to Morse. The ball in the hands here of Bayliss. Bayliss tried to go back to Minnie, but it was cut off here by the Gembrook Cockatoo defenders. A bit of contact, though, means Seville keep the ball, and the ball now in the hands of Dowling can bring it back to 1 goal. Dowling puts it through, and the score is 25-24. Wide here, so Ingram has the ball for the time being. This is Ladner. Ladner, good pass that time. So Laura Christie ends up with the ball, 25-24 the score at the moment. Can she put him back out by 2 goals? No, she can't, and Pinnock cuts it off beautifully. Long pass works out to Wicks. That was by Minnie. Ball in the hands of Morse now. Bayliss has got it, looks at Dowling, gets it to Dowling. And Dowling can level the scores here. She can make it 25 apiece. Ellie Dowling puts it through and scores a level once again. And Cleo Minnie has the centre pass, and she goes with a short one to Bayliss. Long pass to Dowling, who had strong hands, and she can put Seville back in front. It was knocked away by Alexis Bell. Ball still in the hands of Seville, though. This is Ella Morse. Morse to Minnie, back to Morse. So now Morse with a chance to put the Blues back in front, and Ella Morse doesn't quite get it. Ball knocked away beautifully there by Bowden. She wastes no time with a pass there to Ladner. Bowden, long pass to Ingram. Not in scoring position, though. Back to Ladner. Ladner's looking at Laura Christie. The ball's knocked away by Pinnock. Ingram recovered it well. I think the ball must have gone out of bounds, so Pinnock with the ball fires a pass into Wicks. Wicks now to Minnie. Minnie looks around, laterally to Pinnock. Wicks has got it again. Wide one that time there to Baker. Ball in the hands of Wicks once again, up the line to Morse. Morse sizes it up and goes to Minnie. Minnie looks around. Short little bounce pass to Bayliss. Bayliss has got it again, got it to Morse. So this to put the Blues back in front, and Ella Morse makes no mistake, and the score's 25-26, and the Blues are back in front. So what can Paige Ladner create here? Short one to Bet Christie. Christie just holds up for the time being. Goes now to Laura Christie. Laura Christie back to Bet Christie. Ladner's got it now. So Laura Christie with the ball in hand. Wide to Bet Christie. Bet Christie looked at Ingram, decided not to go for, eventually does go for Ingram. Ingram's going to have the shot and doesn't quite put it through. So Laura Christie to level up the scores once more. 25-26 at the moment. Doesn't quite do it, and Pinnock cuts that off well. Short pass here. That time to Wicks. Minnie has the ball now. Up the line here to Bayliss. Bayliss wide to Morse. Morse back to Wicks. Wide one again to Minnie. Munnelly tries to hold her off. But now the ball in the hands of Morse. 1-2's it with Bayliss. So Morse, this to put Seville out by 2 goals. After they trailed by 5 goals earlier this quarter. But Bowden steadfast in defence, and they hold off here for the time being. Gembrook Cockatoo. So Bell to Bowden. Bowden wanted to go back to Bell. She goes to Munnelly. Fumbled it but recovered. So Brooke Munnelly. Long one up the line here. So Harkin now in the goal attack position. So Chelsea Ingram's come off. That ankle injury earlier. Mott, of course, are a bit of trouble. So Ladner's got the ball. Tried to get it to Harkin. Laura Christie's got it. Ladner goes to Laura Christie eventually. So this to level the scores up once more. And Laura Christie doesn't get it. And Indiana Pinnock got hands of the ball first and took it cleanly. So Pinnock sized up the options. That's a good pass that time there to Wicks. Minnie long up the line to Bayliss. Bayliss just has to wait, and that's the end of the third quarter. And with 1 quarter to go, it's the Seville Blues by 1 goal. Scores here 25-26. As we head into 3-quarter time, we're just going to take a short break, and we'll be back to bring you the final quarter. Scores 25-26. And it was Cleo Minnie in the centre there who wasted no time getting it to Bayliss. Morse back to Wicks. And Morse pops it over the top to Dowling. The ball's going to come back here to Bayliss for the time being. Bayliss short to Morse. So this will be a good start here for the Blues. If they can get the first goal of the final quarter, and they can't. It's beautifully cut off by Bowden. Long pass over the line there from Beck Christie to Munnelly. This is Bowden. Fires up one into Chelsea Ingram. Here's Harkin in the goal shooter position. And Minnie, they've done this pretty well here, Seville. This is Wicks. Wicks back that time there to Bayliss. Bayliss, good pass to Morse. Back to Bayliss. And back to Morse once more. So Morse with another shot, and Morse puts it through, and the score's 25-27. So a 2-goal margin here, now the way of the Blues. Wasting no time there was Beck Christie, who's back at the centre position. Long pass in the direction of Ingram, but Pinnock intercepts it. Now it goes out to Baker. This is Wicks. Wicks up the line. Got it to Morse. Oh, did Munnelly keep it in play? I don't think she did, and the umpire didn't think so either. So this is Bayliss with the ball now. Bayliss, that's a good pass to Minnie, and Minnie, was pretty well done there that time. Pretty well done by Bowden to knock it away. Morse will keep the ball though. Minnie tries to get it back to Morse. Bell defending grimly, but eventually the ball ends up with Ellie Dowling. This would bring it out to 3 goals, and that's exactly what she does. So scores 25-28 here now. The way of Seville, and Cleo Minnie has the ball in the centre. Got it to Morse. Morse now to Wicks. Wicks try to pop it over the top, but ball just goes out of bounds here for the time being. So they work it around here. Can Bayliss get it to Morse? She can. So this would bring it out to 4 goals. And Ella Morse puts it through. And the score's 25-29. And so they work the ball around here for the time being. Size up the options. And they try to cut it off. Eventually Munnelly got it. Munnelly goes wide. Good pass that time. This is Ingram with the ball now. Ingram goes back to, that was Ladner. So just to wait, Chelsea Ingram's goal attack tag just slipping off there, but she'll have the shot here now. Ingram, it eventually falls through, so scores 26-29. And they get one back here to Gembrook Cockatoo. And Claire Minnie with the ball in the centre now. And Morse works the ball over to Bayliss. So Wicks will take it now. So Wicks just sizing up a few options here. Wicks just a short one to Bayliss, now to Minnie, now to Morse. Back to Bayliss, who got it to Dowling, who just got into some space, and she decides to go with a short one to Morse. Interesting decision. And Ella Morse doesn't make it work, and Alexis Bell intercepts it beautifully. And Just has to wait a moment. Eventually got the ball to Munnelly. Munnelly up the line to Bowden. Bowden in good position was Ladner. Had strong hands. Ladner now to Harkin. Back to Ladner. Can she get it back to Harkin? Harkin fumbles it. But she got a bit of contact on the way through Amy Harkin. This to bring it back to 2 goals. They need this Gembrook Cockatoo. And Amy Harkin doesn't quite deliver it. But she will get another chance here. So Amy Harkin, big moment in this game. They led by just 5 goals, Gembrook Cockatoo. Amy Harkin puts it through. And Beck Christie with the centre pass and wasted no time getting that ball to Paige Ladner. Now it's back to Harkin. Harkin to Ladner. Ladner to Amy Harkin, who's had a good start in this final quarter, being moved to the goal shooter position. Keeps it in play, but it was beautifully done there by Baker. Short one to Pinnock, who fumbles it, but recovered well. And Gembrook Cockatoo get the ball back, and now Harkin's going to have another shot, so a bit of confusion here. Amy Harkin doesn't put it through. But she's going to get the shot once again here, Amy Harkin. So this to bring it back to 1 goal. Harkin puts it through, and the score's 29-28. Claire Minnie has the ball in the centre, so Gembrook Cockatoo right back here, but it's with Seville at the moment. Bayliss goes out wide to Morse. Morse size up the options here. She went back to Bayliss. Long pass. Bowden trying to cut it off. The ball's come off a boot. Who was it? I think it's come off Bowden. So Claire Minnie will hold on to it for the time being. Where does she go? She goes back to Wicks. Wicks can't go into that attacking third. Under a bit of pressure there to not slip into it. She did it well. Eventually the ball here with Morse. Morse back to Minnie. Minnie to Morse once again. Morse didn't have the shot. She got it to Dowling, who had strong hands. And Dowling, who's been pretty good today, puts it through, and the score's 30-28. So back to a 2-goal lead here for the Blues. What can Beck Christie here create in the centre? Goes it to Ingram. Back to Beck Christie. Ladner's got the ball now. Looks at Harkin. Harkin with strong hands. Does she have the accurate shooting? Oh, just bobbles out. And it was beautifully cut off by Baker, who got the ball to Minnie. Now a wide one here to Pinnock. Pinnock up the line to Wicks. Wicks, long one and a good one to Morse. Goes back to Wicks. Wicks size up the options. Ingram put her under pressure. Ball goes out of bounds, but I think it's going to stay here with Seville. It does. So they get it to Morse. Morse to Minnie. Minnie to Dowling. And Dowling just to make it a 3-goal lead once more. And, it doesn't quite put it through. She's going to get it back though, Ellie Dowling. Doesn't quite put that one through either. And beautifully done by Bowden, defending grimly. So Morse wide to Bayliss. Bayliss back to Morse once more. So what can she do here? She puts it through, Ella Morse, and the score's now 31-28. And the ball in the hands here of Bayliss at the moment. Bayliss wide one to Morse. Morse, that's a good pass to Minnie. Minnie got it to Morse. Morse can have the shot and put it back out to 4 goals. Ella Morse doesn't quite put it through. And so Alexis Bell here for the time being. Munnelly, long pass. Who's going to get this? It's Wicks. And Wicks wasted no time getting that one to Bayliss. Minnie back to Wicks. Long pass to Morse. Can Morse set up someone? Dowling is there. Morse thinking about the shot, decides to pass it back to Minnie. They work it around and eventually Morse puts it through and the score is 32-28 now. It's a 4-goal lead here for the Blues. What can Beck Christie do? Good one there to Ladner. So Munnelly has the ball here now. Munnelly to Beck Christie. Beck Christie to Ingram. Fumbled it but recovered it. Had the ball knocked out of her hands there by Pinnock. So Ingram really needs to make this one count. And she does not. Harkin kept it in play. But it was all Seville players there. Baker got the ball there to Wicks. And the ball to be taken here by Pinnock. Who eventually goes to Baker, up the line here to Wicks. Wicks searches around, goes back to Pinnock. Pinnock, that's a good pass there to Minnie. Minnie inside the attacking third. Morse has it now. This is Bayliss. Bayliss back to Morse. Bayliss once more. Looks at Dowling. The ball's knocked away there by Bowden. But Beck Christie couldn't get there in time. The ball trickles out of bounds. So what can Minnie do here? Short one to Bayliss. Bayliss to Morse. This to make it 5 goals. This will be Seville's biggest lead for the game, and she puts it through. And the score's 33-28 now. And Claire Minnie has the centre pass. And as time starts to wear thin, it looks like Seville might have escaped here after being 5 goals down midway through that third quarter. Wicks has the ball now. Long pass wide here. Morse has got the ball. She goes to Minnie. Minnie to Dowling. This for the biggest lead of the game. 6 goals. And Ellie Dowling makes no mistake, and the score's 34-28. And they've done this very well here, the Blues. So this is Beck Christie with the ball. Now that pass, bit of an interesting one. Slipping over there was Baker. She gets back to her feet. So just the most inopportune time there for Erin Baker to lose her feet. And Gembrook Cockatoo hold on to the ball because of it. So what can Bowden do here? Just searches around. Wide pass here to Christie. Christie to Munnelly. Back to Christie. That's a good pass here to Harkin. Harkin has to wait. Looked at Ladner, but eventually went to Christie. Now Ladner's got it. Ladner to Christie. The ball's knocked away from her. Harkin eventually gets onto it. Needs to put this through. Amy Harkin can't quite do so. Pinnock knocked it away. Who's going to get here first? Ladner knocks it back. It eventually ends up in the hands of Munnelly. Bowden, good pass to Ingram. Ingram to Christie. Christie tries to work it out, and eventually the ball's in the hands of Ingram, who will have the shot. She's been pretty good today, Chelsea Ingram, and she puts it through. And the score's 34-29 now. And they work the ball around here. The ball in the hands of Bayliss. Morse back to Bayliss. Pops over the top to Dowling, who takes it one-handed. Doesn't quite put it through, though, and it's cut off here for the time being. So they get the ball moving around here now. Good pass there that time by Bell. Ball's back in the hands now of Bell. Bell, long pass to Ladner. Ladner couldn't take it cleanly. Copped a bit of contact on the way through. So she'll take the ball again here, Will Page Ladner. Wide pass here that time. That's a good one there from Minnie. Worked the ball inside. Bowden knocked it away. Bell read it well. Good pass here to Munnelly. Munnelly looks about. And the ball back in the hands here now of Seville. This is Bayliss. Bayliss to Wicks. Back to Bayliss. Wide to Minnie. Minnie searches and eventually finds Morse. Morse puts it through. That's another goal here. So back out to 6 goals. 35-29 the score here at Gembrook. And there just isn't much time left. Ladner has the ball now. Fires one into Harkin. Harkin looks at Ladner. Goes back to Ladner. Try to get it back to Harkin. Eventually chose to go for Ingram. So Ingram with a shot at goal here now. No, it will be Ingram. In fact, she puts it through and the score's 35-30. So still a 5-goal lead here for the Blues. Cleo Minnie has the ball in the centre. She goes short one to Bayliss. Bayliss wide to Morse. Morse back to Minnie. Minnie just waits for a moment. Got it to Bayliss. Got it to Dowling. Dowling to put it back out to 6 goals. And she does just that. 36-30 is the score. So they work it around here for the time being. So Ingram with the ball here now. This is Beck Christie. Christie to Harkin, who's been moved into that goal shooter position for this last quarter. Harkin doesn't quite make it work. Pinnock intercepts it. Clemente has the ball. Beautifully done, though, by Ingram. Gets it back to Harkin. But the ball has to come back, though. And Chelsea Ingram again losing the goal attack sticker. Laura Christie, or Beck Christie, I should say, just helping her put that one back on. So the ball in the hands here of Laura Christie. Got it to Ladner. So the ball goes out of bounds here. Ladner kept it in play. Umpire said it was okay. So they work the ball around. Eventually the ball in the hands of Chelsea Ingram. Ingram puts it through. Scores 36-31. So the ball in the hands here of Morse. That time was Minnie. Knocked away beautifully by Munnelly. So what does Morse do here? Morse, back that time to Bayliss. This is Morse again. Can stretch it back out to 6 goals. Ella Morse, and she does just that. So 37-31 is now the score. So Beck Christie, short one to Ladner. Ladner just waited for a little bit, eventually got it to Beck Christie, wide to Harkin. Harkin back to Christie, knocked away by Minnie. Goes out of bounds though, so Gembrook Cockatoo will hold on to it for the time being here. So what does Bowden do? Short one to Ladner. Ladner, good pass to Ingram, not in a scoring position though. The ball's knocked away from Beck Christie. So where does Beck Christie go here? Eventually gets it to Chelsea Ingram. Ingram doesn't quite make it work, so Pinnock will take it here for Seville. Good pass there to Wicks. Wicks just sizes up some options here for the time being. No, the ball's taken here by Harkin now. Harkin wide to Ladner. Ladner has to wait for a moment. Got it to Ingram. Ingram to bring it back to 5 goals, and she does just that. So 37-32 is the score here now. Not a whole lot of time left. That's a good pass there to Bayliss. Bayliss has to wait for a moment. Went back to Wicks. Minnie has the ball now. Minnie, good one to Morse. Morse back to Minnie. Morse can stretch it back out to 6 goals. Doesn't quite do so, but Dowling recovered that beautifully. Ellie Dowling doesn't quite put it through, but she'll have another go. And that one eventually falls through. So 38-32 is the score here at Gembrook. Beck Christie, good pass that time to Ingram. Ingram got it to Ladner. Can Harkin keep it in play? Yes, she can, and she can also have a shot here. Doesn't quite do so. Ingram got into good position. Lost sight of it, though, for a moment. And eventually the ball in the middle of the court here. Seville have it. Wicks has got it in hand. And so time on called. So they just work the ball around here for the time being. So Dowling has the ball here. This to stretch it out to 7 goals. Doesn't quite do so, but she'll get it back, Ellie Dowling. And eventually puts it through. So the score's 39-32. And Claire Minnie has the ball here in the centre now. She goes with a wide one to Bayliss. Bayliss, good long pass back to Minnie. Minnie got it back to Dowling, who can have it yet another shot at goal here. And Dowling doesn't quite put it through. It fell out of the goals. She recovered it, though, went to Morse this time, and Morse doesn't get it either. Gee, the ball just doesn't want to go through the goals at the moment. So 7-goal margin here for Seville, trying to stretch it out to 8, and the ball's in the hands of Ella Morse. Morse had the ball knocked away from Bowden. Ball goes out of bounds, so Claire Minnie will take it. Minnie, good pass there to Bayliss. Bayliss waits around for a moment, got the ball to Morse. Can Morse put this through? She does put it through. I don't think it's going to count.